Okay.
And we are live and in color once again. Welcome to episode 22 of the Be Ready Sports Podcast. Yes, you heard it right.
Yes.
Episode 22.
Yes.
How does it feel to be 22 episodes in, Carlos?
Feels good. We're just getting started. Summer started. I just got out of school. Last day of school was today for me. So we're just getting started.
Oh yeah, we gonna have this month a strong schedule. You're
Yep.
gonna be getting an episode almost every night.
Yeah. 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 So imagine this. We got episode tonight, tomorrow night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, right?
Yep, pretty much. But in
Yeah,
two
we are.
weeks, but in 2 weeks, my games start with my Ret kids, which is a very good group. Shout out to my Ret kids. This the only 12-year-old group. I'm gonna give them a shout out of 11, 12-year-olds that didn't come to practice goofing off,
I love it.
cracking jokes, playing around. No, they was locked in day
I love
one.
it.
So shout out to them. So they told me straight up to my face, we want to win the championship.
Damn. Okay.
And I was like, y'all gonna have to we're gonna have to put in the work. And
Yeah.
they all about their business, no BS.
Wow. Really. Yeah, yeah, because kids those age, they're usually like fooling around, not usually caring because usually at that age, it doesn't really matter to them, like their future and stuff because their future hasn't started yet. They're just playing and just how do you say it? Like they're just
There to have fun.
there to have fun, basically. There to have fun and not worrying about their future. They're just playing.
Yep, but nah, these kids are locked in.
I love it. It's the
They-
start of something big for them.
oh yeah. So we're gonna see.
Yep.
Um, so games are starting 2 weeks. Who knows? Carlos might run a solo show.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Yep.
you might have to do an interview.
Okay.
Are you down?
If I have to, yes.
Or are you shook?
Am I shook? If I have to, I have to. If I have to keep the consistency of the show, I would.
Of course, man. We got to.
Okay.
So, unless you've been living under a rock, the biggest news story today.
Yes.
Tell them, Carlos, what's the biggest news story today? Because
Yeah.
my news stories did not load, so I ain't gonna be able to talk about them.
Yeah, so this was a huge bombshell that just came out of nowhere. It kind of felt I think some people felt it was coming, but it was a little bit like like they didn't feel like it was gonna happen. Um Tom Thibodeau, he is gone. He is gone. Yep, as you can see, this is the report from Shams Charania from ESPN. They're gonna fire Tom Thibodeau out of the New York Knicks. Yeah, this was a huge bombshell that came out this afternoon. Yeah, so this is huge. So Coach T, Tony. So what's your reaction to this?
Why in the heck would anybody want to coach in the NBA right now? You have success and then you get fired. It's
Yeah,
like what do they? It's like what do they want? But
yeah,
I can understand the firing is because for this reason and reason only. When the chips are at his peak, he's stuck in his old ways. You know,
yeah,
the players now in the NBA are not the same as they were. When Tom was coaching in Chicago, when he
yes,
had those short rotations and guys like Joakim Noah came out there and could play 35, 40 minutes. You had Ben Gordon out there, able to sustain 40 minutes. Derrick Rose out there able to sustain 40 minutes to give them
yeah,
success. These guys today are whining about playing 82 games.
yeah. They're worried about load management.
So the mentality of the players today are different. So that's tell you one thing. That'll tell you the difference.
Yes, but yeah, most definitely. Yeah. So the Knicks they put out a statement about this about Tom Thibodeau. Yeah. So this is by Leon Rose from the front office of the New York Knicks. He came out saying in a letter saying our organization is singularly focused on winning a championship for our fans. This pursuit led us to the difficult decision to inform Tom Thibodeau that we've decided to move in another direction. We can't thank Tom enough for pouring his heart and soul into each and every day of being the New York Knicks head coach. He led us not only with class and professionalism for the past 5 seasons, but also to tremendous success on the court with 4 playoff berths and 4 playoff series victories. Ultimately, we made the decision we feel is best for our organization moving forward. Tom will always be a part of our Knicks family, and we truly wish him nothing but the best in the future. That was by Leon Rose from the front office of the New York Knicks. So yeah, so I believe the New York Knicks. This I saw a Sports Center reporter talk about this, and he called this like a franchise altering move because this is a huge move that the Knicks are making. Taking out Thibodeau, this is a huge move. This is a huge move what the Knicks did, taking out Tom Thibodeau. Yeah, taking him out with basically no openings out the like there's no like really coaches available, championship coaches, NBA finals coaches besides probably Michael Malone, but he's over at ESPN, but you never know because JJ Redick obviously came out from ESPN is now the head coach of the LA Lakers.
Man,
But
don't even mention that blasphemy.
yeah, but it's just an example. But the reason why they did this, as you can see, our organization is singularly focused on winning a championship. So they're focused on winning right now. Like Leon Rose, James Dolan, and that front office over in New York, they believe that they can win right now. And I believe the fans, they truly think that they can win right now. Yeah, so Leon Rose said that they needed a new voice to elevate the team to next level, and they believe that Tom Thibodeau cannot get them over the hump. So Tony, so what is your reaction to all this?
Uh,
To all this?
so who can?
Hmm?
So who can?
So like I said, probably the only coach out there is Michael Malone with championship experience. He has a championship experience, obviously with the Denver Nuggets. Obviously with the Denver Nuggets, got them to a championship, won the championship against the Miami Heat. Um, but yeah, he's Michael Malone. I heard is from the New York area. Was raised not too far from where Kyrie Irving was. So yeah, so right now the New York Knicks don't have a list. They currently don't have a list right now. They'll be working on that throughout the offseason. They'll be working on that throughout the offseason. But if we have to throw out a name to look out for, but people were talking about like if they had to go out and get somebody, it would be probably a Michael Malone because of his championship experience.
If you're Mike Malone, do you want that job?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of pressure, obviously, in New York, because obviously, the fan base, they've been just waiting, and they feel like this in this time right now, they can win a championship, because it, it, and because some people feel like that the East is wide open. Some people feel like the East is wide open. With Tatum getting hurt, obviously, we don't know his foreseeable future. Um, and yeah, basically the Dame out for the Bucks, so we don't know how the Bucks gonna be next year. But everybody's back in next year. Everybody's back in it, and you never know. There's a lot of parity going on this NBA, and you never know. One of these playing teams might be a 4 seed, like the Pacers. Like who expected the Indiana Pacers to come out of the East? Like in my bracket, I expected them to beat Milwaukee. I expected them to beat Milwaukee, but I had them losing to Cleveland. And I ultimately had Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals, losing to the Celtics, and I thought the Celtics would repeat. But obviously, they lost the Knicks, and we're here now with the Pacers and Oklahoma City in the finals. So, yeah.
Yep, yep. And funny you brought that up.
Why?
But you know what will help Milwaukee?
What?
If they sign our guest.
If they sign our guess?
Yeah,
Hey, man, Dame's out. Who are they going to sign?
he'll
Yeah.
him and Giannis will get Milwaukee to a championship.
Yeah, but speaking about Giannis, I don't even know if Giannis going to stay in Milwaukee.
Well, if they sign our guest, he will.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna have to he gonna have to tell his pops give Giannis a call and let him know that he on his way.
yeah, most definitely. Okay, so a little bit off
He said,
topic. Oh,
yeah,
what?
he said he can do study. He said he can do study hall, you know, in the limo on the way to on the way to the arena.
Got to study all the plays, all the
He can do the study hall
concept.
on the plane. Yeah.
Yeah, on the planes. Speaking about planes, the Pacers obviously they have to fly in to Oklahoma City for Game One of the NBA Finals, which is on Thursday night. By the way, Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. on ABC. So the Pacers' flight to Oklahoma City for the NBA Finals was actually diverted after a tornado warning in Oklahoma City. Yeah, so tornado warning, obviously Oklahoma City, that's Tornado Alley, and the Pacers' flight had to be diverted. They had to be diverted.
Only you could find that that as that news. Only you,
Yeah, yeah.
and talk about it on the podcast.
And the notification showed up on my phone, and you said plane, so like, why not just connect the two, obviously. But yeah, so the flight was diverted to Tulsa and in Oklahoma, so they're in Oklahoma, but I guess they got to wait it out until the tornado warning passes over in Tornado Alley, Oklahoma City.
Speaking of the finals,
Yes.
they got to be this time of year, of course. You're gonna have those situations. The big three super team era is dying. So
Uh,
ran across this quick little snapshot today while I was in the office.
Okay.
And as you can see by the highlight, it says built not bought.
What's
So
that?
both the teams that's in here were
Yes.
built through the draft. You know,
Yes.
they both have one thing in common, that they traded Paul George and used the assets that they received from those trades
Yes.
for the current roster. And then Indy made a big move this season with acquiring Pascal Siakam,
Yes.
giving him who was the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals. If
Mr.
anybody feels like he shouldn't have got it, really doesn't understand the basketball concept and just a fan of the moment
Yeah.
of Tyrese Halliburton hitting those big shots. But Pascal made key plays in that series for Indiana, so it was much deserved. It was close. He won by one vote. But these two teams did not go in and do what a lot of teams has done in the past recently. Go inquire aging superstars, try to put them together and hope for the best. No, they built in the draft, and they're both young. The average age of each team is around 26 years old.
Young. Very young.
So they have a chance, well, especially OKC, to start the new dynasty.
Hmm. Yeah.
So these, as it says here, the Pacers Thunder's finals will be the first to feature two teams under the luxury cap since it went into effect. So that is huge.
That is most definitely.
That means their key players are still on their rookie contracts.
Yeah,
That is huge. So
that's unheard
how
of.
did so with that being said,
Yeah.
don't you think so? It sounds like the super team big three era is out, almost out the door,
Yeah.
and the 3 point era is also dying down because these two teams shot all the teams that were in the top that were made the playoffs that were in the top five or in 3 point shooting percentage are all eliminated.
Hmm. Yeah.
So what is your opinion on that, Carlos?
Yeah, as you can see at the top, built not bought. Yeah, man. So this kind of relates to college football a little bit, because Nick Saban, he actually came up with this quote. He said that that people, like, for example, college football, they go into the transfer portal, bring in transfers, kind of the same thing in the NBA. You bring in stars. He calls this the microwave method. He called this the microwave method because you grab something cold, you got to heat it up, and then boom, it's served. Well, these two teams basically they cook from scratch. They're cooking stuff from scratch. They got all these thingies. They're cooking it. They're cooking from scratch. You know what I mean? Yeah, but yeah, they're not like going into the supermarket, grabbing something from the freezer and just heating it up and boom, there you go to eat like TV dinners or something. Like they're actually cooking. Like they're cooking from scratch. And obviously, here's the result of it. You got two young teams, Tyrese Halliburton, Shea Gilchis Alexander, two young players. Um, and yeah, one of them is gonna get a ring. One of them is gonna be a ring, and eventually some people may say the winner of this NBA Finals is going to be the face of the league. So,
Well, here's another fun fact that you didn't know, Carlos.
okay,
That both times Indiana made the final made the finals. The last two times, two things happened.
what
They
happened?
beat the Knicks in six,
Yes.
and the team that they faced in the finals were the number one seed in the West with the MVP on the roster.
Wow. Pretty good fun fact for our viewers and me.
hmm Last time was against the Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal was the MVP. Lakers was number one in the West.
Yeah.
And then, of course, now OKC, number one in the West. Shea, MVP. Now, we know what happened the first time. Lakers won in six. Will that
Yeah.
repeat this time? Will OKC win in six, or will Indy shock the world and make the biggest upset in the finals?
Yeah, most definitely. For Indiana, their head coach is Rick Carlisle. He's been in the NBA Finals before. I believe he went in 2011 with the Mavericks. He has some championship experience. He will get his team ready. He will get his team ready, and the Indiana Pacers, they will be a very hard team to deal with. Rick Carlisle is going to get his team ready. Pascal Siakam, a champion who has been already a champion 2019 with the Raptors, so he will get his team ready. Obviously, he's the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, so he will definitely, along with Rick Carlisle as the head coach, the Pacers will be ready for the OKC Thunder. The question is, will OKC match that Indiana energy? We'll find out. Game one, Thursday night, live from the Paycom Center
I
in
hate that name.
OKC. I know.
They should have kept it as the peak. So you sound like you're rooting for the Pacers.
um, I still haven't made my choice yet. I still haven't
Oh,
made my choice, but I'm just trying to make a storyline. Obviously, I'm just putting out the facts. Rick Carlisle's a championship coach. Pascal Siakam is a championship player. They're going to get their team ready. Once again, the question is going to be: will OKC match the Indiana energy? Will they match the Pacers' energy? We'll find out game one,
well, this is my take, and
live from
been
Chesapeake
I've
Arena.
been I've been 70-30 so far, but this is how I feel like the series is gonna go.
Okay.
Um, Indy's gonna come out with a lot of energy, still game one.
Okay.
OKC is gonna show them that we that they about business. They're gonna put boots to the in game two.
All right.
Indy will come back. destroy them in game 3 because OKC comes out flat in game 3.
All
Game
right.
4 would be neck and neck. OKC will win it at the end and at the buzzer.
At the buzzer. Okay.
They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back to OKC 2-2.
He's gonna be 2-2 a pivotal game 5.
They're gonna go neck and neck. But Indy's gonna make an historic comeback, and
Historic.
Tyrese is gonna hit a miracle shot, and Indy gonna steal game 5 to go up
Damn.
3-2, and everybody's gonna be talking crap about OKC. They're gonna come game 6, show them that they the truth, blow them out in game 6.
All right.
And then game 7, they're gonna go down to the wire. But Shay's gonna hit a shot that we're gonna talk about for the next 20 years to win his first championship.
So
So
OKC's gonna win in 7.
I say OKC is gonna win it in 7.
All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna make the
Our
clip.
our our guest don't our guest disagrees.
All right. So I'll
If
make the
you
clip. Hmm?
if you seen his face, our guest disagrees with me with
Okay. Well.
that.
Okay. Well,
It's okay. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
uh,
Mine is the only one that matters on the B Radio Sports podcast, by the way.
okay. Okay. So and I guess we'll make a clip of this, and hopefully Tony's right. So okay. So you got game 1.
Yeah, we gonna keep. Yeah, of course, keep the receipt.
Yes, obviously. So you got game 1 Indiana, and then you said it was gonna be like, I don't know, like a close game
No,
in
they're gonna
game
put
1.
boots. They're gonna put boots in them. Okay, she's gonna put boots in them game 2.
So blowout.
Yeah, you can.
You got an Indiana
You don't have to
blowout.
write it down. Just cut the.
I
You can
guess. Yeah.
just cut
Yes.
the clip.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
All right, one more fun. I got one more thing to highlight before we bring our guest on, because
Yes.
you know, everybody's gonna want to. Now, we all know about. We've had Nate Robinson get into boxing.
We all know
We
how
had
that turned out.
we have Darren Williams get into boxing.
Yes.
Um, there was another one that I can't think of right now.
Basketball player.
Basketball players, but they didn't fare well.
Um, I don't remember basketball player, but I know Le'Veon Bell got into boxing.
No, we're not talking. We're talking about
No, no,
basketball.
no, I know, but I don't know basketball player
I'm
type.
trying to remember who was the other one. It'll probably come to me.
Yes.
But there's only one that's undefeated
Okay.
as a boxer.
Okay.
And can you guess who it is?
Boxer. Basketball player, right?
Mm-hmm. It
Basketball.
was a former lottery pick
Lord. So
by the
probably.
Philadelphia 76ers.
Uh.
And no, it's not Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Obviously, obviously not him. Okay. So is this like he played in the league like past?
Yeah, he played in the league. It
Okay.
was,
So
in
wait. So what year?
the, it was in the 2010s. I ain't gonna tell you what the year, because then I'll give it away.
Okay. Well, I don't even know. Off the top of my head, 2010s Philly. I don't even know.
You ready?
Yes.
Give up.
I give up. Who is it?
You know who that is?
Oh, who is that?
Michael Carter Williams,
Okay, Michael Carter Williams. All right.
former point guard with the Philadelphia 76ers. That's actually his rookie of the year photo.
All right.
He is currently undefeated. He made his amateur boxing debut, and
All
he
right.
has won his first 3 fights
Wow.
so far.
So
So
he's 3-0 professionally.
yeah, and right now he's training to go into the heavyweight division in a profession on the professional level.
Wow.
So you guys will see Michael Carter Williams. He is very passionate about it, though. By the way,
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't find any footage of him training of his or of his fights. Where I can cut it and put it on here. But when I do, I will bring him. I'll bring him on the show so you can see the highlights of his fights. But
Yeah.
this is from Clutch Points. Instagram page. That's why I left it up there. So
Yeah,
shout out to them. If you want us to read the full article, just go to Points
on
and
Instagram.
on Instagram, and then you'll see the full article. So yeah, he's a heavyweight boxer. He's going. He's training right hard. He's right now. He's in the amateur ranks,
All
but
right.
he's the only. But he's finding success, and they've said that he's very good at it.
All
At
right.
box, he done put on some weight,
Yes,
as
he
you
did.
can see.
Yes, he did.
He's not that skinny frail kid,
He
you
bulked
know,
up.
and he's looking to join the pro heavyweight, the heavyweight ranks.
Yeah,
So
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, he he'll be on some pay-per-view undercard, most likely
yeah,
down the line.
he's been on a few undercards already.
Okay.
But on the amateur level, he hasn't. But on the pro level, we're looking forward to it, and we wish you nothing but success. We need some big names in the heavyweight division in pro boxing. The and heavyweight division's kind of taking a nosedive.
And I do know some boxing now, Coach T. A little bit of boxing because yeah. So obviously in the heavyweight division, you have Anthony Joshua, who's a really talented boxer in that heavyweight division. Daniel Dubois, who's talented in the heavyweight division. Um, yeah, a lot of people. Some people. There's some, but yeah, but definitely, we would like to have another fighter in the heavyweight division. Who knows? He might be, he'll be on an undercard, pay per view undercard sooner or later. You
Yeah,
guys will see.
if he can make it big, it'll be a huge draw.
Most definitely, yeah,
Um, for him to have more success.
yeah,
But
most
he's having
definitely,
success so far in the ring. So I wish, like I said, wish him nothing but success. But
absolutely.
we've been talking for 25 minutes.
Damn that, damn that was longer than I thought. That was
Um,
way longer than I thought and I thought we were doing just tips, but yeah, and I love talking about sports topics, you know what I mean? But
yeah, but we got to bring our guest on the show.
we do,
I mean,
we do have to
it
bring our guest in.
it's fun. Um, it'll be fun to have this young man here on a debate show one
Yes.
day, so I can cook him on these debates
All right.
because he doesn't know what losing feels like. So
Losing? Who, me?
no, our guest.
Oh,
So if
yes.
we do a 1v1 on debate, I gotta give him his first L.
Oh, yeah. Who knows? Who knows? We might see a debate tonight. Who knows? You,
Man,
you,
I gotta
you
get this
know.
dude. This dude don't know what losing feels like.
Okay, well. Okay, well, let's see tonight.
Yeah, our guest today is legit. Does not know what losing feels like.
Yeah, literally.
He hasn't lost. He hasn't lost in 3 years.
What? Like travel in school?
He hasn't lost in 3 years, Carlos. I didn't stutter.
Damn, that's crazy. Losing 3 years. Haven't lost in 3 years. Damn.
Yeah, but he debate me. He don't get his first L in 3 years.
Hey, and it always ends up in some sports debate. Like every time with these guests, it always ends up in some
Man,
sports
this long
debate.
as he don't try. As long as he don't try me, because I'm the host for a reason. As long as
That's
he
true.
don't try me. You
That
know,
is
The other J2 tried.
yes.
The other J2 tried, and
And
I had to fillet him. I
not.
had to gently fillet him.
Yeah,
I even brought him back on the show to give
for
him
round
a
two.
second chance, and still filleted him.
Yeah, most
I gave him a
definitely.
chance to do his research, and he didn't even do his research, so I had to bury him.
Yeah, yeah,
But
most definitely.
but let's bring our guest out here.
Yes. All right. Tonight's guest is a class of 2032 fifth grade basketball player from the state of Florida. He currently plays for one of the best travel programs in Florida in Trayman Elite. Plays up 2 grades nationally on the NXT Pro Puma circuit. That's big time, Puma circuit.
Hmm.
And plays up a grade regardless on national level and in state. So now let's welcome to the Be Ready Sports Podcast, Jordan Carrier the second, aka J2.
Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show, J2.
What's up,
Appreciate
J2?
it. What's up,
I
y'all?
know I know he was back there in the grill room just waiting to get. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he was waiting. It took longer than expected, but we're here.
Yeah, we was cooking.
Yeah.
What did you learn? What did you learn backstage?
I know Shea not gonna hit that shot in Game 7.
Shot
Oh,
game
so you
seven.
came, so you coming on here? The first words out of your mouth is hating.
Damn,
Oh, he's hating. Oh,
Nah, I got Pacers.
you got Pacers.
of course you got Pacers,
You
but
upset.
you just since you can't take it back. You said it on air. So when you catch your L, I am not gonna be humble when I bring you back. I'm gonna bring you back just to rub it in your face.
Hmm.
I'm gonna bring you back on the show just to rub it in your face. Like how does like just take this L, just take this L, baked and not fried, because I'm gonna take our time cooking this L for you, and you're gonna enjoy every morsel of it.
Hmm.
That's cap.
Nah, bruh. What you said was cap. Talking about the Pacers.
Nah, Pacers gonna win.
Yeah. Okay. He's in. That's what you call Carlos modern. In the moment. That's in the moment nostalgia,
In
right
the
there.
moment. All right.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what happens. Starting game one.
It's fine.
Thursday night.
People disrespecting OKC. It's fine.
Yep.
But then
Everybody want OKC to win.
but then when you disrespect, he knows what happens because when it comes to his squad, when people show up, what happens when somebody come up disrespecting your squad, saying y'all gonna catch an L? What do y'all do when the ball goes up?
Put BTA.
BTA. Yep.
Yeah, and that's what OKC
Straight
gonna.
bill. No cap.
That's what
Cap.
OKC
Cap.
gonna do.
Stop.
Once
Stop
that
it.
ball goes up, they're
Ugh.
gonna put BTA to Indiana. They're gonna get beat so bad they're gonna make a trade for Caitlin Clark and bring her out there.
Kaylin Clark. That's crazy.
They're gonna call her up from the Fever.
That's crazy. That
Yeah.
is crazy. All right.
So let's get this interview started so I don't fillet our guests on here.
Yep.
So we can because this is a family friendly show. You know, this is a fun space for our guests, not for them to get filleted by the host. So let's just have a nice, fun interview and not turn this into a sport debate that you're going to lose.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Before
We're
this
not
becomes
losing.
a sports debate show. All right. All right. So J2. All right. First question: which side of the ball you like playing better, offense or defense?
Defense.
Okay. Why defense?
Because when I get a steal and I pass it down and they lay it up, it feel like I scored a little bit. And then whenever I like block a shot, it feel good.
Yeah, most definitely. Blocking a shot is like the most amazing feeling. No, it's amazing. All right. So what?
Tell,
Hmm?
tell them why you got that nickname, the Enforcer.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when I played with my first travel team, I was a young kid. I was a young kid, and every time on defense, I would just be diving for the ball. I'll be diving for the ball li- like even if the team already like it. Like if they secured it already, like I would just dive on it to make it another loose ball. Yeah, yeah. So my coach called me enforcer. Then I put the D in front of it for defense, and then boom, the enforcer. Crazy story.
Come on,
Yeah.
man, you just can't just sell a story like that and be like, okay, yeah, crazy story.
Mm,
You
Uh,
can't end it off flat like this. Come on, man, you gotta be
what?
ready, stay ready.
What? I'm ready.
Let's go, man. Cook.
I know. Okay. Second.
Tell them you the enforcer for a reason.
Yeah, for a
I
reason. You
say
know,
I'll lock you up.
I lock anybody up.
I'll put you
Hey,
in the. Tell them you put them in a cell.
and a cell, most definitely. Yeah, I'm that type of defender. You know what I mean? I'm a small guard. But I and I really do play defense though.
Hold on,
I
hold
do.
on, hold on,
I
hold
play
on.
help defense. What? What
What's
happened?
all this? What's all that for, J2?
What?
Not locking me up.
He didn't say nothing about you.
Yeah, I like other players, not you. but
But if you want to accept, but if you trying to make a challenge to my dude,
if you want to
it'll show
challenge,
you why he's the now. You ain't played against no seniors now.
I have
you have? Where? Like
Whenever I played JV, there's a
JV?
couple seniors on their team.
Damn, really? I
Um,
can't believe they got seniors playing JV.
seniors that play JV though.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Like,
He's been playing
yeah,
varsity. He's played varsity 2 years.
yep, 2 years. Yep, yeah.
We're not here to discredit your abilities, J2, because you know you're on the show for a reason.
Obviously,
All
yes,
right, but
obviously,
don't trash talk my co-host because you might put yourself in a Pandora's box that you don't want to
Pandora's
that you're
box.
gonna have to find yourself hard time getting out of.
Hmm. All right, so back to the questions, back to this Q&A. All right, J2. So, what are your strengths as a basketball player?
Shooting, playmaking,
All right,
handling
and
the ball.
and trash talk, as you can
let's talk.
tell, and
No, I
trash
don't
talk,
trash talk in
as
the
you can
game.
tell.
Nah.
You just trash talk my co-host, and he wasn't even talking about you.
Okay. All right, for sure. All right, so how do you handle
Look,
pressure? What?
Carlos, hold on. I'm not trying to take over your. Look at that face.
What?
Did I look like a face of somebody that don't trash talk?
I
Mm,
don't.
You
if
just
he if
did.
if he say you don't, you don't. Like on the court, but
Okay.
if he say he don't, he don't.
He probably does it nonchalant.
Yeah, probably one of the nonchalant trash
He probably
talkers.
one of
But
those nonchalant trash talkers.
who knows? Yeah. All right. How do you handle pressure in a game?
There's not really no pressure for real.
I love it. No
See,
pressure.
see
Just
what I mean? Nonchalant trash talk.
I know he's
There's
nonchalant.
no pressure because
No pressure.
I work hard.
Yep.
Respect.
I work hard.
Yep. You gotta trust your training. You know what I mean? Trust your training, and yeah. All right. So how do you handle being in the slump or like having a bad game? Like how do you deal with that? Like your shots are not falling. How do you handle being in the slump in a game?
Um, I don't really. I mean, I can't show my emotions, so I just keep shooting.
I love it. All right. So what's been the most valuable advice you've learned from a coach?
Um, keep my head up. Don't let nothing bring me down. Keep shooting. Make
Love
the
it.
right plays.
Yep. Keep shooting all the time. Even when them shots ain't falling, gotta keep shooting because probably when it comes down to the wire, with a minute left and throughout the game, you're missing
Hmm.
shots, but then you hit that very shot at the end. That shot's gonna matter at the end. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's gonna get you to win the game.
Like SGA when he takes on that chip.
Hmm?
Like SGA when he takes on that chip. That shot gonna matter in the end.
Yeah, the game
You
seven.
show right, Carlos.
The game seven chip.
Everybody remember that last shot.
It's true. Yeah.
Whether you make or miss it, everybody remember that last shot.
Yeah. In a game, you could be like 0 for like 10, but then and then hit that shot at the very end.
Yeah.
1 for 11. And that shot could be,
That one is the one that matter.
yeah, most definitely. Yep, that one shot's gonna
They
matter.
won't talk about that you missed your unless he a hater.
Yes.
They ain't gonna
Always
talk
hater.
about the previous 10 unless he a hater. Just like
Yes.
just a big fat hater. So
Yes.
what? He won the championship. He missed 10 shots in a row. Like sit your hating.
Yeah, I know. But then he hit the shot to hit the game winner. Like,
Like it don't
yeah,
matter. He hit the shot that counted.
matters. Yes. Yeah, most definitely. All right. What are your long-term goals as a basketball player?
Make it to the league.
Make it to the league. I love it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pay and I'm gonna get front row tickets to when you play OKC.
Courtside seat,
See you matched up with SGA. I'm gonna love that matchup.
SGA.
Yeah,
Well, probably.
but I'm gonna be rooting for J2 though. I ain't gonna be rooting for SGA.
Yeah, most
I
definitely.
gotta keep it. I gotta stay faithful to my guests.
Loyal, most
I
definitely.
gotta stay loyal to the
Yeah.
guests. So
Well, he might be like what? Okay, well, you're in fifth grade, right, J2? So you're in fifth grade, and then if you make I don't know, there's a lot of calculations, but yeah, he'll be old by then.
look,
SGA.
let me make it easy for you. Tell him what class you in.
2032.
So he'll make it. He'll be in the draft by 2034.
By 2034, that is
That
like
easy.
12 years from now.
It's that easy.
Oh no, 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 that's not because we're in 2025, so it's like 9 years from now. So, oh yeah,
See how
he
see how
he might be in
see
the
how
league.
see how easy that is.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't hurt your brain.
Yeah, I know. School's over. School's over.
Yeah,
I can't be thinking about
schools.
calculations. No.
Yeah, schools over. See, that's a problem with school. They teach y'all the hard way of doing math. When you get into the real world, we teach you the easy way. Like F all that. You
Yeah,
ain't
I
gonna do
know.
no algebraic equations trying to figure out life.
Yeah,
Like who
that's
got time to do a calculus equation to
that's
figure out how much gas you
true.
need to get through the week?
Yeah, no. But
Come
but
on
we're
now.
not here to hate the education department.
I am. The
You
education
are?
department is retarded.
All right.
Let me put it like this
Yeah.
before we move on.
Okay.
And no disrespect to the teachers, you're only doing what you get paid to do.
Yes.
But who gives you a school gives you a lesson and then gives you a test. Then when you get into the real world, your lesson is the test. You're going to get tested,
Yeah.
then you get your lesson. So that's one main thing of why school system is backwards.
Yeah.
I learned more in the real world than I learned 12 years in school.
Yeah. Most
And I
definitely.
barely and I don't use any of that stuff of the higher education stuff in real life. The stuff that I use every day was the basics that I learned
Yeah,
when
obviously
I was when I
multiplication.
was real young.
Yeah, multiplication, addition. Yeah.
Because
Obviously that's like the most important thing, obviously.
what y'all gonna realize when y'all become adults is life is fast paced. You're not gonna do a 50-page essay to get somebody's attention to get that business deal. No, you got to catch their attention right away. You gotta let them understand this is what's going. This is what our profits are going to be if we do this, and this is how much money you guys are going to be making. They don't care about no 50-page soliloquy as to how great your product is. No, you got to catch their attention. Like, okay, so that's how you're going to. Okay, now show me how the product works.
Yeah.
That's how the real world works. School, they want you to diagnose the product and explain how the product works, then
Yeah.
show the that's not how but that's not how life works. And y'all will realize that when y'all become adults, y'all gonna realize you wasted 12 years of your life
Yeah.
getting those great grades and all that, and you realize it was a bunch of BS.
Yeah. Yeah, most
Not
definitely.
telling, but I'm disclaimer: we're not telling you kids to ditch school
Yes, I know. Yes,
and
obviously if you're
not
in school.
and because you're like, oh, Be Ready Sports Podcast said F school. School. When I get grown, I'm not gonna use it. We're not telling you that.
Yes.
Handle your business. You know, the
Yes.
only positive about school, it teaches you a work ethic.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the only positive about school. All right,
Yeah.
enough.
Most
It's
definitely. It's
school's
not
out.
about. Yep. That's done. We're in the
All right,
summer.
I'm born J2, so
Yes, I know.
school's out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Ain't
So
that
what
right?
do you?
Ain't that right, J2? School's out. You don't want no lessons, right?
No more
Yes.
lessons. No more math.
Like he's like,
Sad
nah,
days.
I'm done with all that, bro. It's time.
Yeah,
It's hoop
bro.
season.
Yep. Yeah. We're in the middle of it right now.
Carlos, man, stop me.
Okay.
Take control of your interview.
Okay. Back to the questions. All right. What are your favorite hobbies slash interests outside the basketball court?
Video games.
Video games.
hmm
Okay.
I like trampoline parks and stuff,
Okay.
and I like to talk to my friends,
Okay. Yeah.
hang out with them.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your favorite video games?
Roblox, 2K, Fortnite, and Call of Duty.
All right. The classic games. All right.
Mm,
I like it.
No Madden.
What?
No Madden.
No Madden?
Yeah, no Madden.
Hey, I don't know. It's his taste, his taste of video games. You know what I
It's
mean?
his show today. It's his
Yes,
show
it
today.
is. All right. So what inspired you to play basketball?
Just growing up around it.
Yeah.
No, growing up, I started at the YMCA, and from there I just started, loving the game.
Okay. Yeah. I love it. All right, so who do you idealize your game to?
My cousin Markel Brown Jr.
I love it. Yep. He's committed to Louisville, right? I
Shout
love
out
it.
to shout out to Big Cousin.
Yep. Yep.
You
Shout
know,
out to him.
hey, keep doing the right thing, man. You got someone looking up to you, man. That's putting in work down here.
Yes,
Most
sir.
So
most definitely. Yes. All right, so what do you do before a game?
I stretch. I pray.
Pray? I
That's
love
it.
it. You gotta put God first. Amen.
shout out to J2, man. You're the first person that ever came on here and told the world that you put God first before you touch that court, man. So shout out to you, man.
I appreciate it.
You always got to put God first before everything. Otherwise, you will not succeed.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely. All right, so what is your favorite basketball memory?
Uh,
Cooking LeBron James.
it would.
I had to get him to laugh, brother. He was so serious, man. I had to get him to laugh.
Good.
My favorite memory was whenever whenever I first started playing. You know, it was really fun. So I started to have fun playing it and started loving it more. It got more fun and fun as I got older. So yeah.
Okay, I like it. All right,
When
so
you
what?
when
Mhm.
you out there cooking your competition, it's a whole lot of fun.
Yep, most definitely. All right, so what is your training slash practice schedule like during the week?
Um, 5 days a week,
5 days a week, nonstop, right? I love it. Yep, you gotta be
carrying in mobility, pull workouts, sand workouts.
sand
Ooh,
workouts.
yeah, those Sam workouts, boy. Ooh,
Yep, sand workouts. Yep, you gotta be great. Got it. Most definitely. All right, so what is your biggest achievement as a basketball player?
Uh, and I got MVP a couple times.
Okay.
Most valuable player.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's a
oh,
big
okay.
achievement.
So you got some MVP awards and stuff to show.
Yeah,
Time for some quick show and tell to show your achievements.
yes, sir.
I don't know if Carlos has said it, but yeah, we are talking to the number one ranked player in Florida on here. So Florida's been representing real good for our show so far, and now we have the number one player in Florida,
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
J2. And so y'all gonna see why when we get to the video portion.
Yes. Can't wait for that.
Oh, that's must see TV.
Yep.
But go ahead and do with your show and tell, J2.
So this is May Hoops that we won last year.
All right.
May Hoops.
On the made hoop circuit.
And then I got this one from California.
Cali. My
Yeah,
neck
from
of the
Cali.
woods.
Okay.
Big,
I
let's
think
say
this is
big
grassroots,
showdown.
if I'm not mistaken.
That's a big circuit too. Yeah.
Put your ring.
And then hold on, give me a sec. I got a lot of these.
Oh, you heard that? He got a lot of these. What he about to
That's-
show you? He got
Yeah.
a lot of these.
He's got a lot. He's got to like sort them out. You know what I mean? Sort it out. Find the story.
He about to blind us. He about to blind us real quick.
Yep. You
Might
gotta
not have enough fingers, man.
Audience,
fingers.
yeah, audience, y'all better put y'all shades on. Bam! Oh
Damn.
I
Okay.
got more.
Oh, more than that.
man, hey,
Okay.
woo! You gotta tell us about each one too.
Each one. No,
Alright,
no.
so most of these are from like state in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Nice.
Yeah. And then these are from finishing top 20 at the T3 TV camp.
Oh wow.
Shout out T3 TV.
Shout out to
Shout
them.
out to T3 TV. Yeah, we gotta get them on here one day.
TV.
Yeah, because they put a lot of kids on, man. We gotta get them on. We gotta get them on here. I gotta figure out how to get in touch with them. We gotta get them on here.
Yeah.
They put a lot of these kids on, man. A lot
Yeah.
of these kids are known because of them.
Most definitely.
You know, that's a lot of them. I caught their attention from TV3.
T3
So
TV.
yeah, they give them a lot of publicity. So that's how a lot of them get discovered and get these opportunities to get on like our podcast, get invited to other camps, get other interviews from other big name media outlets, not just us. So T3 TV has put a lot of kids on. So shout
Most
out
def-
to them, man. Most
Put me
definitely.
on.
yeah, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, for
T3
sure.
TV.
I
Yep.
think that's why I think watching one T3 TV. I keep calling them TV3. What the heck is wrong with me? T3
T3
TV. It's a
TV.
tongue twister. Say it quick. Say it fast. T3 TV. T3. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. But that's how I
The tongue twister.
No, I'm just trying to get him to laugh, man. He's so serious.
Mhm.
Um, but that's how I got notice of J2 by seeing some of his highlights from there. Same thing with his teammate Jewels. When I first found notice Jewels was on T3 TV, and same thing with Justin Armstrong. Him and ZP was going at it on T3 TV on the 1v1s, and that's how I got notice of those two. One day we'll get those busy boys on here, ZP and Delani.
All right.
One day we'll get them on here.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably sometime down the line.
Yeah, then but if we get I also got to get William Page on here because y'all got a convo to settle. You know what you said about the new Northeast, Carlos.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, and I told you William Page gonna have something to say about that.
Okay. Can't wait.
We gonna track him down and get him on here.
The Northeast.
What you said, yeah, and you can't renege on your words because it's on camera.
Those gyms up north. Yeah, down here in Florida. Yeah, we work outside in the sun with all that humidity.
We was getting shots out to Florida. We was like, Florida kids are different because they go outside and hoop in that heat.
The humidity.
And I said, not them prima donnas in
the Northeast.
They can only dribble the basketball if the air conditioner is right.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, like them guys up like places like New York and things. I was like, oh, hold up. I told him like, hold on. There's a kid up there that got something to say about that.
All right.
So,
well, to be fair though, people from New York, they're like, I guess you can say they're tough-minded. They're tough-minded. I'll say probably New York is probably the toughest people out of the Northeast. New York.
Okay, but, so I ain't gonna bring. So since you said that, I ain't gonna bring them on here to cook you.
Okay. That's probably the only state I'll give a pass to, but everyone else, it goes by that thingy.
Stop saying thingy. That is not. Yeah. That is not a journalistic word.
It goes by that how do you say it?
Thingy.
Roast. I'm gonna say, or factual statement.
Thingy, man. You can't be saying you're a journalist and you can't be saying words like thingy.
Thingy.
Well, how old are you? 5?
All right, Coach. See, back to the Q&A. We're back. We're so off topic. All right, back to the Q&A. All right.
Yeah, you're taking up all J2's time.
Well, you have been. All right, J2. All right. So, what makes you a good leader?
Whenever my teammates are down, I help them back up. Tell them don't worry about it.
Okay.
So we can stay in the game. Tell them don't worry about none of the missed shots because everybody make mistakes. So
most definitely.
Just keeping my teammates up.
All right, definitely. All right, so besides basketball, what other sport would you try and why?
Football.
Football? Okay, why football?
No, I just like football because, I like running wide receiver because, I like running routes.
Well, definitely.
And I like blurring people. I like catching.
Blur, yeah, I love it. Yep. Blurring somebody, that's like one of the best.
We had somebody on here 2 episodes ago. Is just one heck of a wide receiver.
We did? Yeah. Yeah.
North Carolina boy.
Yep. Speedy. Yep.
He said they ain't afraid to come down here.
Yep. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, he's from North Carolina. Speedy. He's a wide receiver that plays football, and he's a really good wide receiver. If you want to check out that podcast, guys, that's from 2 episodes ago, right? Or last episode.
That was last episode 21.
Yep. Check that out. Episode 21 with Speedy. All right.
But I can see J2 cooking somebody on the field though. That dude, this kid down here is fast as you know what.
Yeah. Was
I can
definitely
see
it.
it. I can see him cooking. I can see him cooking.
Yeah. All right. So
Because there's no fifth grader that can hold him, that can guard him. So
yeah. All right. So if you had to meet any sports athlete, who would it be and why?
Darius Garland.
Darius Garland. Okay. Why Darius Garland?
He's a leader. He play makes. You know, he can shoot, knock down shots at big moments, and he has one of the best. Like he's one of the shiftiest PGs in the NBA right now. So
I love it.
oh man, you said Darius. I'm glad you said Darius Garland. You know who looked like Darius Garland, Carlos?
I wonder who.
Me too. You know who looked like Darius Garland, J2?
let me guess. Me.
Oh, no, I was gonna say Carlos, but
Me? What the heck? I'm not close. Not even close.
yeah, I'm gonna have to find a side by side of you and Darius Garland. And you'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, just picture Darius Garland with some dreads, and you got J2.
Yeah, most definitely.
But who's the better player, J2 or you or Darius Garland?
He said J2.
Me.
I like that.
The
Me.
confidence. I love
Like
it.
that.
Okay, so describe a time where you learned from a mistake in a game.
I don't really make mistakes like that.
Okay.
But it was this one time where I threw it, but I didn't throw it hard enough, so they stole it. So next time I just threw it a little bit harder, and then it got to him.
Okay. Most definitely. All right, so what's your favorite pregame song to listen to?
My World by Chucky.
I love it. Good song. Okay, so that's it for the Q&A.
All right, thanks, guys. It was a great show. Kudos to our guests.
And we're not done yet. We're
And
not done.
be ready, stay ready, and we out. Peace.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No.
Hey, I got one.
No,
of 'em.
not yet.
I got him.
Not yet.
I got him.
Okay, come on.
Look, he was ready to go.
I
He was
got
like,
it. I
yeah,
Okay, come on.
I got him. Oh no, man, we got to get into the show and tell portion.
Yeah, we're only getting started.
Yeah, we nowhere near done.
The Q&A was just a warm up. You know what I mean?
So before we go any further, I gotta ask. Well, I ask all my athletes, so you're no exception. Everyone has a story about their number that they wear. So what's the story behind your number?
My dad wore it, so
Okay.
and 3 is my favorite number. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah,
Okay.
and I fell in love with the game of basketball at 3. So
3's your number,
Fits well.
and he's wet behind the line, so 3's,
Yeah. Yeah, true.
and you're gonna see in his highlights.
Yeah. Yep.
But before we get into I have a couple photos here to show you, and then you just give me your takes on it. And our audience is being very quiet today. I wonder why. They're intimidated. Man, you're intimidating your own audience. So we weren't making this up. J2 is the number 1 ranked player in the state of Florida and ranked 10th nationally.
Wow.
So this is a result of a lot. You didn't just wake up and become the number 1 ranked
had to work for it.
player in your class, right? A lot of hard work came behind it. As he stated earlier in the show, he started in the YMCA. A lot of kids start in the YMCA. But why are you here and those other kids aren't?
Because I work hard and I never gave up. So I just kept working over the years and I got better. So
Is there any
thankful
fifth
for that.
Is there any fifth grader that can guard you?
No fifth graders that can guard me. Humbly.
And respectively, it's the truth.
Yeah.
And then you got a Players Standout Award here from the Baller's Life. So, tell us a little bit about this.
I played really good that game, actually.
All
You're
right.
really young.
I was making great plays, throwing dimes, and I had like I say 12 or 14 points that game, and I had like 6 assists and like two or three steals. So
Okay. Pretty good.
That's what's up. And you look really young in this picture, man. How old were you?
I was 11.
11. Okay.
Okay. Man, he grew up a lot.
He did.
How does he look now in real life, Carlos?
How old does he look like now?
Yeah, look like he be like 15 years old
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
and playing hoop like a 30-year-old.
He looks like a 30-year-old.
Hey, that's a compliment, Carlos. Why you laughing so hard?
No, and I know, and I know that's a compliment, but 30.
And your position is point guard, right?
Yes, sir.
So I didn't get a chance to show this to Jewels, but I wanted to show this to the point guards on here. This is from Coach Pop, one of the greatest basketball minds out there. And as you can see, Chris Paul is in this picture. Can you read what it says?
A great point guard sets the tone, leading with vision, composure, and relentless drive. Basketball is a simple game. What wins is consistency, competitive.
Competitiveness, yeah.
So yeah.
So what does this quote mean to you, in your own words?
In my words, it means point guard, runs the plays and gets everybody involved. And point guard is a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
most
you.
definitely.
Youngest one on your team, but you're the leader.
Exactly. The leader.
Respect is earned, not given, guys. Respect is earned.
Exactly.
But we did a lot of talking. We're going to see why you earned that respect. You ready to see your highlights?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before we get into your highlights, I got a quick clip to show you. Carlos has seen this clip like 50 million times. You've seen it in the show intro.
Yes.
But I honestly want to get legit your reaction to this. And I want to know if you ever did this in the game.
All right.
You ready?
All right.
I haven't did that one yet. I
Yeah.
ain't did that one yet. I could do it. I just haven't did it yet.
Yeah, that was in the game on a fast break. Shout out to my boy Key.
Yes.
Yeah, he's actually like, you see him, you don't think he's tough on the court. Like you see you, we were like not glazing, but I see you, we know you a hooper.
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to Key, but he just looks like a normal, good kid. But you put a basketball in that boy's hand, he is ferocious.
Yep.
But what is your honest take on that highlight? Like,
I ain't gonna lie. That layup's tough. I like that layup a lot.
I do too. That's why I keep showing it over and over and over again.
Yeah. And that's why that's in the intro.
First one.
Yeah.
Well, second clip.
Yeah.
And the first clip is of one of my clients. That's Warrior Wyatt. He's actually competing this week. He's doing MMA for the first time. So we wishing him nothing but success. and we sponsored him to go to his event. So shout out to Warrior Wyatt. Go out there and kick some butt, and we'll have some clips to show soon.
Yeah. Okay.
But this show is not about Wyatt. This show is about J2.
Yep.
You ready for your first clip?
Yes, sir.
All right, this one is about 4 seconds long, and I just want to get your honest reaction to it. Let's get it.
Oh,
I told you it was 4 seconds long.
yeah. It's quick and fast.
Like I said before the show, don't switch on my man. He takes it seriously.
Yep. Don't switch.
But I ain't gonna say exactly what I said.
Yeah.
That's why J2's making that face, because he knows exactly what I said before the show. So that was evidence about what I said, right? Lunch meat.
Evidence.
Yeah, like don't put on me.
Oh,
Don't switch and put on me, because I'm gonna snap them ankles.
Yep. He hit him with the hezzy. He got him loose. Got him on his heels. Boom. Layup. Easy.
I'm gonna show it again for those who are struggling with the hezzy. This is a hezzy lesson that I'm gonna let J2 give y'all a lesson on how to perform the hezzy, because he did this one perfectly. You have to sell it. You can't just be out there like no.
Like going through the motion. No.
So let me show it one more time. Is that okay with you, J2?
yes, sir.
Okay, let's get it. Watch how he pay attention, y'all. No. So teach school the audience on the correct way of performing the hezzy like you just did.
All right. So when you got the ball, right, and you coming down, when you cross it, you gotta step and look up. You can't just cross it. You gotta sell it. You gotta look up. And if they jump, you go by. And then if they're still there, just draw. And then if they foul you, get a foul.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the main reason for it is for what, J2? Let me see if you're gonna say the term that I'm of why you perform that move in the first place.
Cause
it's called a
I was
change.
at the 3-point line and he thought I was gonna shoot it. So when I came down, I was gonna hezzy pull and shoot it, but I just went like this. That went and laid it up.
But the main thing to perform that, you got to have good change of direction, because you go from fast, slow to fast again.
Yep.
So good lesson, man. You got to keep hoop school in session
Yep.
all the time.
Most definitely.
You ready for the next one?
Yes, sir.
This clip right here is for my man IT. IT has a quote going viral that he said in one of his interviews, that if you see him at an AAU tournament, whether it's his kids or anybody's kids, pull up, talk to him, and he will talk to you back. And this is proof that he is a man of his word.
All right. Yeah.
I had to show that to give a shout out to my man IT. Like, he is a man of his word, and guess who was sitting next to him soaking up all that knowledge? The number one guard in Florida. I told you he's number one for a reason.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna tell you to spill the beans on what he said to you.
Yeah.
But just tell us how you felt in that moment, like sitting
I mean,
next to him and getting that knowledge from an NBA player.
I was talking to a legend, so it felt good. You know, it's Isaiah Thomas. I met Isaiah Thomas, so it felt good, talking to him.
Yep.
Most
From
definitely.
one top point guard to another. And that's going to be you in about 10, 15, 20 years. You're going to be giving that knowledge back to the next generation. So you're going to be doing the same thing. And kids are going to be looking up to you like, oh, that's J2. What's up?
Yeah.
Yep, teaching them how to do hezzies or whatever move. But I got a feeling he's gonna create his own move,
Yeah, probably
and
so.
it's going
Probably.
viral when he gets older. I think he's gonna create his own move, and it's gonna go viral. And they're gonna call it the J2.
Yep. Yep, the J2 move.
All right, you ready for the next one? I'm doing too much talking.
Yeah. Yeah, come on. Let's go.
All right, let's get it. That looks like the same victim to the hezzy.
Yeah, that does.
That was the same game, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the same game.
So that goes back to what you said earlier. Defense to offense, man. That does wonders. But your squad, like I told you, they haven't lost in 3 years. There's a reason, and there's a reason behind it. So tell us a little bit about that clip, what went down, and
So when he was on the ground and he threw it to him, I was already leaking out. So whenever I got it, like it was in the air, and then whenever I caught it, I seen him next to me. So when I went, I punched and I stepped back and just shot it.
I love it.
so a move that you've been practicing.
Yeah,
Over and over
I
and
practiced that.
Yeah. One thing about these great players, you don't never see them taking shots in the game that they don't practice over and over and over again. Just like Kobe Bryant said,
Yep.
like Michael Jordan said, it's easy. The game is easier to them because they just take the same shots that they practice over and over and over again. And there I go talking again. Let me get back to the next clip.
Yep.
J2, tell me to shut up and get through these clips.
No, I ain't gonna do that.
All right, let's get to the next one. This was about 10 seconds.
All right.
Another quick highlight.
All right. Let's go.
That was another variation of the hezzy right there. If y'all good basketball minds would have caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was against one of the best teams in the nation.
Wow.
Yeah, because they only go up against the top competition.
Yep. Well,
Yeah,
definitely.
they don't. I'm not gonna disrespect no other tournaments, but
Mhm.
y'all know but he knows what type I'm talking about. They don't. It's not
Yeah.
like that they're better than that. It's just when you reach levels, you don't go down.
Yeah.
You stay up.
Hand down, man down. That was basically what it was. And the defender's hands were down. Shot it. J2 from 3. Boom. Got it in his face.
You know, that's what I like about you, Carlos, is you keep the show interesting.
Yep.
But that's not what I was talking about.
No.
No, I was talking about the competition.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm just commenting about the
you're
clip.
But you're my guy. You
Yeah.
staying true to the show. He's telling me. So basically, we've been doing this so long. That's a code word. He's telling me like, move on, dude, to the clips. Like, stay focused.
Yes. All right.
That's
So
what he's
quick
telling me.
C. Back to the clips.
All right, this one's 15 seconds long right here.
Tough
What
shot.
did you flex on?
Yeah.
That's called putting them to sleep. Like, he just relaxed and then just put them to sleep.
Yeah.
So y'all better stop putting those. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Man, stop switching. Stop switching them on him, man.
Yeah.
Stop switching them on him, man. He's gonna cook them.
Gotta fight over screens.
And shout out to Parker. We looking to get him on this show, man. That's the last 2 clips. That's who gave the assist to J2. So if Parker's watching, get your butt on the show. All right, this one's 13 seconds long. Can't really tell, but let's go. And shout out to Trey Man Elite, man. We done had other kids from your organization on here before too.
Yeah.
Tayshawn,
Jerome.
Jeremiah, and all those boys was on here while on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
While y'all was handling y'all business Memorial Day. But tell us about that one, man. It's like the same move that you practice over and over again that they just keep falling for it. Like, you're so deadly at driving that they so worried about the drive that they forget that you got a deadly 3-point shot. Like, it's like you're out there playing chess while everybody else playing checkers. They're trying to figure you out, and you're like 15 steps ahead of them. It's like it's fun to watch.
Yes, sir.
That's why he's having so much fun out there, Carlos, because he's like, man, they don't know they don't know.
Yeah, I
what
know.
to do. It's like they don't know what to do.
Yeah, I know.
But
Yeah.
let's get into your main these clips. This one I want to get your main reactions from these highlights here. I'm gonna play the longer one first. This one's about a minute long, and I'm gonna have to put this to the side so you can see it.
Nice, Jay. Up! Nice hit, Jay. Take it, Eric. Good strong, Aiden. Good, go!
Man, those are intense clips, man. And shout out to your post dude, man. That dude footwork is on point. Man, he just lobbed it in there. It was like just a simple,
Yeah.
wasn't nothing extra, just a simple little lob, and he just went to work. And then a couple of them clips he reached, he taught y'all a lesson. Like he wasn't even phased by it. That's what I got from that. Like they were reaching, he was just doing normal dribble still. Like he didn't panic or try to speed up. He was just like, bro, y'all not getting this rock.
Yeah.
He just went through there. But let me stop trying to sound like I'm. Let me stop. Let me let you talk about your clip and explain the situations from. That was the same tournament, right?
Wait, no, it's not the same tournament. It's not the same tournament.
Oh, that went okay. So it's clips from different tournaments.
Wait, no, that was the same tournament.
Okay, I'm confused now.
Yeah, I thought you talking about the Oregon.
You getting confused here.
No.
That's
I'm just referring to the clip that I just.
Oh yeah, that's the same tournament.
Okay, cool. So give us the rundown about that.
So the first clip, I think it was whenever I had threw the grenade. I think it was that one. I had
Ja Morant.
he was driving and he kicked it to me, so I was open. I shot it, went in, threw the grenade, and then I played good that tournament. I was playmaking, getting the ball to my teammates, stuff like that, getting them involved.
Oh yeah, you definitely was. And one thing I can tell your team is very good at finishing at the rim. Like
Yeah.
that's what makes the passes even easier to make when you know your guys are gonna finish it. Because if you're hesitant to pass somebody, you know that's gonna sell that layup. See,
Yeah.
if y'all tired of people on your team shooting 40 shots, make your layups. Maybe they'll give you the ball. If you're not
Yeah.
getting the ball, maybe you need to go get in the gym and stop Angel Reese in your layups.
Angel Reason.
Yeah, Yeah. Oh, shots fired. Oh.
No, Angel Reese.
Yeah. You ready for the last one?
Yeah.
I say the best for last. Man, this is the best clip. That shout out to your pops though for sending me these. Man, I gotta put these in the archives to when I change my intros up. I gotta put some of these clips in the intros.
Yeah.
So
All right.
here we go.
Trap this, take away the middle.
The
That's
grenade.
that's the clip now I was talking about earlier, J2. When you get dapped up by your opponent, that's the ultimate show of respect right there.
Yeah.
And that was the same game. So I know it was a meaningful game. That's why he put those clips together. So give us a little rundown of that game right there.
That game, at first it was like tie, and then we started going on a run. So
Yeah,
I
those
hit
again.
like
Oh my bad.
I hit 5 threes, I think, and then I started facilitating. You know, we started making layups, and we were playing good defense. So yeah, we won that game.
So that makes it fun, right? When you play defense, the game gets fun.
It gets fun.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know how that feel to hit 5 get threes in a game, right, Carlos?
I do. Yeah.
I gotta drag him out on him. He's like the most humblest person. He don't never talk about his accomplishments.
Well, it
One day Carlos gonna be a guest on this show, and I'm gonna have to interview him. And
yeah, Carlos Rios the player. Carlos
we're
Rios
gonna have
the
to talk
player.
about Carlos Rios, the player, man. So y'all
Yeah,
know.
I'm at Carlos
He's
as a co-host, and then me as a
yeah,
player.
he's
We're gonna have
co-hosted for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but yeah, in that moment right there when you got the depth from your opponent, because you hit some big shots on him, like I've seen other clips of that game, not just the one, not this one. So I know you and number 3 from the other team, he was matched up on you pretty a lot on a lot of situations, and you hit some tough shots on him. And what, they were like 7th graders, right?
7.
7th graders, yeah. So the story behind what led up to that dap moment was you hit multiple tough shots over him before that one. And so after that one, he just said, gave you your respect. Like, he dapped you up. So how did that make you feel to get that nod of respect from your opponent, and not no hate, no trash talk, no BS, like normally what you see out here on these tournaments?
It felt good. He was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, mostly and I can tell he can cook too. Because if you about it, you don't if somebody get the better of you, you of course you take it personal, but you don't show it. You give them their respect, and then you get back at it on the other end of the floor. So that's what I took from it. Like, he must be a solid player himself, because if he was weak minded, he would have been crying up a river by getting scored on by a 5th grader.
Yeah.
So that was to me was a big moment for you, and and I hope you get more of those down the road. I mean, because we need a lot of those. Because most of the hate I've seen, anyways, from adults, which is sad. Like, why is it adults hating on kids? I have no idea.
Yeah.
And that's majority of the negative you get. But J2, we talked a lot.
Yes, sir.
We showed why you're the number one ranked fifth grader in Florida, why you're
Yes,
number
sir.
10 in the nation. Your team is legit and led by you. You don't shy from competition, and you seek more. You played you and I think Jewels have that in common. You guys played junior varsity in middle school, which is tough because
I
not a
play
lot.
high school.
Yeah, that's what I meant by JV,
Yeah, JV high school.
high school. Because that's the only JV I know. Anybody else say any other JV? Say JV, I'm thinking high school.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's the only true JV. Middle school don't have no JV in varsity.
Yeah, no, they don't. No. There's only one team.
So, like, I gotta say, man, you must drive you must drive your parents on bonkers with all this success and all this stuff that they gotta do for you. Should we let's do a pop in? Where's the man what is the man behind your success? Give him a food. Let's give the Be Ready Sports podcast a few words. Oh, he got to get himself situated.
What's going on?
Sound like he was moving furniture to get on.
Nah. So what's y'all, man?
Shout out to Big J. Yeah,
Right.
he's due
Appreciate
for a
y'all.
reason. Shout out to Big J, man. We always want to show love to the parents, man, because behind these elite, you can't be an elite athlete without elite parents.
Facts.
I mean, not everybody's LeBron James, but he still had an elite mom
Right.
that did everything for him. But let's give your takes. Like, I know if I was his dad, I'd be bragging up that wazoo if my kid was out there performing like that on the basketball court. But I'll also be humble about it too. But how does it feel as a father? Like, you've been there for every little thing. His first steps, his first words, his first bike rides, first day of school, his first basketball game, his first bucket, his first win, his first award. You've been through all of you've seen it all.
Right.
So what is your proudest moment as his father watching his journey so far?
Never wavering from what I throw at him. Like, just putting him in any situation, whether it's tough or, like in the basketball world, it's a grind, and you got to teach him at a young age that, you got to hold him accountable. So just him never, backing down or being scared or shying down from anything that we try, it's probably be the biggest thing with him. Exactly how he's acting on the show, that's how he is. So, but yeah, we grind, man. If anybody knows us and know me, we grind, so. And I didn't have my father around to do the things that I'm doing with JJ. So I'm kind of breaking generational curses too as we go, just teaching him how to be a leader and do things the right way.
Yeah. Fathers is so important, man. Y'all gotta understand, like, for these young men, man, moms can only do so much.
Mhm.
Like, we love our moms, but they can only do so much. They try their best, but they can't teach us how to be men. They can't teach us how to deal with tough situations that you have to handle as a man. Only a man can do that.
Right.
So shout out to all the fathers that are active in their kids' lives, whether they playing basketball, whether they playing chess, whether they're the next Albert Einstein, whatever. You being there, no matter what they are doing, whether your son is a podcast host or a chess player or getting them through disabilities.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
having a father there means a lot to these young men. So
I agree.
kudos to all
Appreciate you.
y'all dads that are out there
Thank
doing it. Because like you said, my dad, we had me and my pops, we had our battles. But what I will say to the young ones out there, if he's back, regardless of the mistakes that he made, stop holding freaking grudges. Man, let the past go and appreciate him while he's there. Because when he's gone, you're gonna remember everything that he's told you, good or bad.
That's right.
And all you got left is memories. So keep that bitterness, put all that aside. Man, your pops is there, cherish him every day. That's all I got on that, man. Because of course, because Father's Day is rough for me, and Father's Day is coming up.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So,
I agree. I agree.
so Carlos, you got a
Yes.
question? That's why I get myself back composed.
Um. No. No.
Man, I'm about to fire my co-host.
No,
I
but
got,
no, but so true. Like all the parents out there, all the dads, what I mean, like obviously, they play like a vital part, as athletes, like even outside the sports world, like dads, moms, like all the parents out there, like they play like a crucial role, like in kids' lives. You know what I mean? Like yeah, in kids' lives, like they play a vital role in, and we appreciate all the parents. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely kudos to you guys.
yeah,
Appreciate you. Appreciate
just
you,
like
Carlos.
your dad, Carlos, every day.
Right?
I mean, like your dad, every
So
day,
Carlos a hooper then, huh?
Yes, I
I
am.
mean, every
Okay.
day.
Okay,
This
now you
man,
talking. See, now you talking. Okay, I
Yep,
like that.
Hooper
Now
and a
you talking.
podcaster.
a hooper and a
Okay.
podcaster,
Okay.
but
Yep.
like his dad, I've seen it firsthand. Like that man to handle his business and at work. And first thing he do when he clock out is what? He's on his way to practice. He might be late, but he's what? He's always there. He ain't
Yeah.
missed not one practice.
That's what's
He
up.
might have to work on a weekend, but guess what? He might be late, but he's showing up to the tournament. He has not missed not one of your tournaments. Like
Yeah.
when I saw that and I saw that passion, I was like, that man, that his dad. I got more respect for him than a lot of men out there. You
Yeah.
don't have
Most
to be
definitely.
big bad to show toughness. It's like when you tired, when you don't feel like doing it, but but you just show up.
Right.
That's I got more respect for that than anything. Like that man, they clock out of his shift. Like there was a picture that went viral of a guy who he was dirty, but he got off work. He didn't have time to go home and change, but he still kept his promise to his son by taking him to the game in
Wow.
his work uniform.
Right.
Like my bad, J2. We kind of getting all emotional on your show, on your episode, man. I get passionate.
Well, to know.
Passionate. We talk about fathers. My father's no longer here with us, but we had our differences growing up. But we kind of made amends. But I could beat myself up every day because I wasn't there on it with him in his last moments. And he wanted to tell me something, and I never will know what he wanted to tell me because I wouldn't. He passed away before I can even get to him.
Condolences.
So
Yeah.
that haunts me every day. 'Cause that's why I always say, tell these young ones, stop all that, man. Life's too short. Your parents is here. Cherish every moment of them
I
because
agree.
they can be gone in a blink of an eye. They could be
Yeah.
walking you to school one day, and the next minute you got to feed them in bed because they can't get out of bed. Cherish
Yeah.
your fathers.
Yep.
But enough of that.
Yes.
I'm not trying to get everybody all teary eyed up here. This show's about celebration, celebrating my man J2. So tell us about any upcoming events that you have coming up, or any showcases, tournaments, like big things coming up for you.
Well, we kind of play year round. We just play basketball. So we've been going since the fall. He's been playing since probably October, November. Like you were saying, we played JV in the SIAA, so we got
Hmm.
quite a few games that way. And so we have Ball on the Beach coming up
Mhm.
next
Yeah.
weekend. That's the biggest one in the nation. If you don't come to Ball on the Beach, you running from the bump. Everybody know that.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's everybody know
Well,
that.
Everybody, if you from Florida and you want your kid to have aspirations to play on the next level at some level, and you don't take them out there and see what the world is really like out there, and you just, everybody sit there and say, oh, they complain about the kids, but look, this is reality. You got to go see what it's like. We have Ball on the Beach, and then we got two Next Pro, and AAU Nationals, and then we have the Next Pro. We got one more session of Next Pro, and then the finale that we'll be competing for Puma. So we only got 3 events left for travel ball. Yeah,
And that wraps up what in August?
yeah, it wraps up in August for us, and then we'll shut it down to like October, in the October, and rest for 2 months, and then start back up in November.
Sounds like a typical basketball it's basketball life.
Hey, you
yeah.
already know, man. We at it.
Yeah, as soon as summer is over, you like unwind, and then nothing around the same time schools start back up. So, which I never
Right.
understood Florida's thought process of starting school in the hottest month of the year, August.
Hmm.
Don't make it never makes any sense to me.
Never.
Yeah.
No. Um, but that's what's up. Um, Carlos.
Yes.
Before we let J2 go, I think we got maybe about 10 minutes that we can have some fun with this guy.
Yeah.
Because we got him laughing finally.
Yeah, we did.
But you want to test his basketball knowledge and see how much of his sport that he know about?
All right. Yeah.
You want to give him
Yeah.
some quick trivia?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we keep you on your toes. Our motto on this show, Jay, you got to be ready. To be ready, you stay ready. You got to stay ready, my boy.
Yeah.
Look, he with it. Look, he ain't got nothing to say. He with it.
Yep, he waiting. All right. First question. All right, so as you know, OKC's in the finals for the first time since. All right, so what year did they last make the finals?
Uh,
Do 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 do.
2014,
Close, but no.
Close.
2015.
No.
No, you're going the wrong way.
2015.
On the wrong way. All right. 2011.
Close, but no.
What? You know who won the championship in 2011? Dirk.
Yeah. Yep, Dirk Nowitzki, Dallas, 2011, but it wasn't 2011.
2013.
Close, but no.
2012.
There we go. 2012.
Yo, when LeBron won his first ring.
Yeah, he won his first ring
First
against
ring
KD.
against KD. Man, y'all youngins need to brush up on y'all history.
They kind of do. Yeah.
He like, I don't care about all that. All right. Give him another one. Give him another one.
Whew, okay.
That was the easiest one that you're going to get, though. Carlos
yeah,
be coming with some
probably.
good ones.
Yeah.
Pops
Who's
knew.
the-
I can look by his face. Pops knew.
who was the MVP, the NBA MVP in 2014?
2014.
You probably wouldn't know that.
2014?
It's the same team. I'll give you a hint. He played for the same team that we're talking about.
KD.
There it is.
Okay.
KD.
Good job.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
KD.
Sometimes you got to throw him a bone.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Coach T.
Sometimes you got to throw him a bone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Who won the NBA Finals in the bubble?
The bubble.
in the bubble.
They were in the bubble.
The bubble, man.
Oh, I
We
wasn't
on-
even
You was born.
playing yet. I wasn't even
What?
playing.
I thought he said
think
that he
it's-
wasn't born yet. I was like, boy, you
Oh
was.
yeah, no, not born. He was just saying like some of this I wasn't really even playing yet. So he's like, you know, but
I
you
think
got,
it's
huh? You got to
no,
learn.
it's not LeBron. I think it's Giannis. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Giannis was 2021.
I think it's the Lakers.
Yep.
The Lakers.
Lakers.
Good job, man.
Yep.
Lakers and Heat. I like that he don't quit.
Yeah,
Let's
he-
give him
Believe
one.
that.
Let's give him one more. Let's give him one more.
One more. Okay.
Yeah, one more. Then we're gonna let him go. One more.
All right. Okay. The 2022 finals. All right. So who won the finals and who won finals MVP in 2022?
In
Ooh.
2022. I think that was the Warriors year. If I'm not mistaken.
All right.
That was the Warriors.
Yep.
Yeah, one half.
Who?
Yeah, they
So
beat
Who won
Boston.
MVP?
who won the MVP?
Steph.
Yes, Steph Curry.
Believe that.
Yep, his first MVP.
Yeah, I can answer questions that I was like, actually,
Yeah, there you go.
I know those.
Yeah, his first MVP. Can you believe that?
All right. Here's the last trivia question. I told you earlier in the show who's gonna hit the game-winning shot to win the 2025 NBA Finals. Who was that?
Shay.
Yeah, good job.
Hey. SGA.
No, I just had to hear him. I just had to make him say it. All right, J2, man. Man, you scared your chat away, man. The chat usually be on fire, but for some reason they intimidated by you. So we're not going to take any phone calls today because nobody was talking. We normally take phone calls unless one of your coaches is on here that just don't want to say anything. But tell them where they can find you. What's your social media handles? If you have a website, if you have a YouTube, tell everybody where they can find you.
I don't have a YouTube.
You need to
You
get
can
one.
go on my Instagram, J2_the_general. So,
That's what's up.
I think it's 3
Yeah.
at the end.
And if you guys forget, it's in the description of the video.
Yes.
So when this live posts on YouTube, you'll see the description. The link to his YouTube. The link to his Instagram. You should get a you should get a YouTube.
We're in the process.
You should get a YouTube, man.
And-
'Cause
and-
you got mixtapes up the wazoo. Yeah, I did say wazoo.
Wazoo.
But J2, man, we're gonna have to do this again, man. We're gonna have to bring you back.
Well, definitely.
Man, we're gonna have to bring you back on the debate show. Where we gonna talk where we talk about some topics and let you have some real fun. But we want you to promote yourself and everything and have fun doing it. But thank you for coming on.
Yes,
But
sir. Thank you for having me.
What's our slogan? Last trivia question. What's our slogan?
Be Ready Sports Podcast.
I done said it like 15 times in the show. You ain't watched an episode. Shame on you. If you watch the episode, you know. You ain't watched an episode. Shame on you. Shame. To be ready, you stay ready.
All right.
All right. Don't go nowhere. When we do our wrap up after this.
Yeah.
But we're gonna count us out. Carlos is gonna count us out, and then we're gonna say the slogan. All right. I'll
Right.
say the first half, and you say the second half. Okay. So what's the second half, J2?
Be ready, stay ready.
No, the second half is to stay ready.
Stay ready.
Yeah.
I
So
say I say to be ready. You say stay ready.
All right.
All right, count us out, Carlos.
all right. 3, 2, 1.
To be ready,
Stay ready.
and we out.
We out.
Tune in tomorrow.
I got
Okay.
this rock.